Hi everyone, and welcome to TWF Thursday Night Impact, or HIT. I, Joey Styles, with Jonathan Coachman and Aiden English, and today on Thursday Night Impact, or HIT, we're going to talk about what happened yesterday on Dynamite or Might. Yesterday on Dynamite or Might, we end up seeing Steven Richards get himself in a bind with Jordan Long over saying that she didn't have the right to be droned on Co-Pilot or Half Flyer, and we saw how Jordan Long beat Steven Richards. Well, to tell you the truth, Jonathan Coachman said, we don't know if Steven Richards truly is guilty of doing that or not. But it wasn't the first time or the last time he was pulled into some kind of thing. Remember what happened back in the 8th month of last year when he was warring with the strong women from Demiskaren? From Demiskaren land? Well, it wouldn't have been the first time, and it would not have been the last time either. Well, I can tell you one thing right now, Aiden English says, Steven Richards is not guilty of it. He shouldn't be ashamed or guilty because he didn't do anything wrong to be ashamed and guilty of. Jordan Long guilted and shamed the wrong man. He had nothing to do with it. And he's going to come here today on Thursday Night Impact or HIT, to clear his good name. And that's if he even has a good name. To clear his good name, Aiden English says. And that's if he even has a good name to clear. A good name to clear at all, Joey Styles says. Alright. Yesterday, Jordan Long, she shamed me and guilted me. And she said that I'm the one that's told Half Flyer not to draw her. Well, I had nothing to do with what was going on 5 in the evening yesterday, and it was unfair of me to be pulled into that match, and for someone to guilt me or shame me for something I didn't do is sad. Was I guilty of cleaning things? Yes, from 20-YL to 20-01-YL, I was guilty of cleaning things. In WWF, now WWE. I was guilty of doing that in the TWF in the past as well. But I had nothing to do with that, What happened to Jordan yesterday, I had nothing to do with that. So I think that she, should say she's sorry for guilting me and shaming me for something I didn't do. Come on. Well, here comes Jordan Long coming to the ring now, and Steven Richards in the ring. First off, you say that I should say... Fuck. Hold on. First off, you said that I need to say that I'm sorry to you. Well, yeah, okay, who was the one that... who was the one that went around, cleaning everything in WWF, now WWE, from 20-0 to 20-01-YL? Yeah, that was you. Who was the one that was doing that in the TWF back in the day? And some ways is still doing it. It was you. Ow! But alright, I will go through, on the grounds, and say that yes, you didn't have anything to do with that. But at the end of the day, I still don't think you should say, but at the end of the day, you need to say you're sorry for doing it. And then I'll say that I'm sorry for what I did. Yes, I'm sorry I guilted you and shamed you yesterday. Sorry that I thought that you did something to me that you did not do. Alright. Well, Jordan, I forgive you for that. Well, we don't... I know someone out there is going to think, oh, is that the only match? The only thing that's going to happen here today? Is that thing going on? Fuck. Well, here comes Autolycus coming to the ring now, and he is the main wicker of the toy wrestling gathering. Alright. Alright. I know that soon we're going to have either Wrestle Dream or Wrestle Madness or whatever show we're going to be doing. And today I will have the deal written between Cody Rhodes and The Rock here today on Dynamite. So we're going to do that here today. Well, at least that is something, Jonathan. That is something, well, at least that is something, Joey Styles says. At least that's something that, we'll see if both of those, can sign their lawful thing. And a lot of, we'll see if they're going to at least, get along enough, to sign their deal. Stand up. And, here comes Cody Rhodes now. The, TWF heavyweight fighter, Joey Styles says. Well, Jonathan Coachman says, and here comes The Rock, or the Stone. Alright, Rock. Alright, Cody Rhodes. As you know, that we're going to have the lawful deal for your match for the TWF heavyweight winnings. Now, I hope that you both looked over it. And I both hope that you, if you had a lawyer or not, look over it. Before we get down to the deal. And yes, that oversight I put on both of you, not to put a hand on each other until your match still stands. Now, I hope both of you are skilled enough to handle being in the same ring with each other without doing whatever you're doing. Well, first off, Cody Rhodes says, Autolycus, I can deal being in the same ring with The Rock. But I don't know if The Rock can deal with being in the same ring with me. You see, The Rock The Rock would want everyone to believe that he belongs to the only wrestling kin in the world. And yes, it's true, the Mayavias and the Fatus and the Afudas do come from that, and they do come from that background, and a lot of them are skilled wrestlers in some way. But you forgot that the Runnels also are a wrestling kin as well. Maybe I don't have as many kin followers as you do. You know, it was my father. You know, Dusty Rhodes. It was my older half-brother, Dustin Rhodes. And it was me. So I can stand in a ring, and I can be skilled with you. I hope you can stand in the ring and be skilled with me. But don't get it twisted, Rock. You may have been doing it a way longer than me. And yes, you may have won a lot more straps than I did. But it doesn't make you unbeatable. Alright, you signed your name, you wrote your name down, Cody Rhodes, great. Cody, The Rock says that he does have onlook for everything your kin have done. Yes, your father, the Vinlander Dream, Dusty Rhodes, he did a lot of things. Yes, he was a booker, at least he was a booker in WCW more than once. Yes, your half-brother Dustin Rhodes did a lot of great things, and sometimes he should be in the Hall of Onlook in WWE for it. And then there's you, and you've done a lot too. But yes, you did bring up the Afudas and the Fatus and the Mayavias and the Johnsons, even though the Johnsons were and about where they come from. And it's true that my kin have a lot of kin followers. And it's true, a lot of them are either skilled wrestlers or skilled football players or whatever. I never said that I was unbeatable, Cody. There were times where I got beat many times. Yes, I won the WWE heavyweight winning 7 times, but that meant that I lost it those 7 times too. And Cody Rhodes, you're what? A 3-time WWE heavyweight fighter. But that meant you lost it at least 3 times. Both of us are knowing what we are getting into. I am quite aware of the TWF heavyweight winnings because I at least won it 3 times. Or maybe even 5. I won it at least 3 or 4 times myself. You know, The Rock came to the Toy Wrestling Gathering in between 98 YL. I've been here for many years. Hell, I beat Godzilla by at least 1, 2, 3 months. But at Wrestle Madness, you will be going one-on-one with the Great One, the Brahma Bull, the Folks Fighter, the Last Head. Alright, thank you. You wrote your name down. Now, we know we got our match. It is truly going to happen at Wrestle Madness this Saturday or Star Day. We will see Cody Rhodes, the Vinlander Nightmare, take on Rock, or the Stone, since Rock is a Latin French borrowed word, for the TWF heavyweight winnings. Well, there, we got our match. It's true now, Joey Styles says. It's true now. We are now going to see Cody Rhodes and The Rock fight for the TWF heavyweight winnings, Joey Styles says. Can you believe that? Oh, I can believe all that, Jonathan Coachman says. But what I'm willing to wonder is how the match between Cody Rhodes and The Rock is going to play out. That was a match that we thought we were going to see in WWE in 2023, or was it 2024, and it didn't happen. but we wonder how it'll play out here in the Toy Wrestling Gathering. I'll tell you one thing right now, Aiden English says. The way that it looks like to me, I think at the end of the day, The Rock will win the TWF heavyweight winnings. Or Rocky Maivia, or Dwayne The Rock Johnson, whatever you want to call him. You know, Cody Rhodes is a good wrestler and all, but he's going up against someone who was during the Stand and Heartless Mike lifetimes of WWF, WWE, and he's in the TWF. So I don't see Cody Rhodes winning it, Aiden English says. Well, you got that right to your belief or not. We're going to take it away now to Gene Okerlund. Thank you, Joey Styles and Jonathan Coachman. I'm going to be talking with Autolycus, the King of Thieves, the main wicker of the Toy Wrestling Gathering, here today on Thursday Night Impact or Hit. Alright, Autolycus. Quite aware you need that stand to stand on. Yeah, I do, Gene Okerlund. Toy Biz didn't give me a stand to stand on. Alright, Autolycus, King of Thieves, the main wicker of the Toy Wrestling Gathering. You've only been in his stead for at least only a month and a half. But I say somehow you pulled off one of the greatest matches at Wrestle Madness when Cody Rhodes, the Vinlander Nightmare, taking on The Rock, the Folks Fighter. Well, yeah, I did, Gene Okerlund, only be the main wicker of the Toy Wrestling Gathering for not even a month and a half. And I somehow got the greatest match that TWF ever had for its Wrestle Madness. Now, I can't speak for what all the other skilled toy wrestling businesses are doing. I can't speak for SMF, what they're doing. But what we're doing is great. Two folks, truly onlooked, good skilled wrestlers, both of them coming from a wrestling background. Both their kin were in the wrestling business in one way or another. Well, are you worried about The Rock using his sleigh to shift the outcome of the match? You know, he's been known to do that, you know. He did that in WWE back in 2024 while when The Rock was warring against Roman Reigns. You know, he made a Bloodway oversight match for Wrestle Madness Night 1. And you know he seeked to have sway over things in the past as well. I'm quite aware of the bullshit that The Rock pulled last year in 2024 while in WWE. But I can tell you now, Gene Okerlund, Rocky Maivia, The Rock, Dwayne The Rock Johnson, The Stone, whatever you want to call him, he's not going to have that sleigh. He isn't going to shift the match into a Bloodway oversight match or somehow threaten to fire folks or to shame or guilt folks to get what he wants. You know, if he does that, then he will be sadly mistaken and he'll have another guest coming if that does happen. Alright, that's my talk with Autolycus, the main wicker of the Toy Wrestling Gathering, and the King of Thieves. You know, back to you, Joey Styles and Jonathan Coachman. Well, thank you, Gene Okerlund, for talking with Autolycus, the main wicker of the Toy Wrestling Gathering. And that's all the time we got here for Thursday Night Impact or Hit. I, Joey Styles, with Jonathan Coachman and Aiden English. We hope you like Thursday Night Impact or Hit, and we'll see you tomorrow for Friday Night SmackDown.